Yo, what's good everybody? I am back again with another video, and it is time to hit up some packs. We're trying to get Tracy and McGrady. Now guys, we just had our MT Madness Championship game played out. It'll be on the channel tomorrow at noon Central, which is 1 Eastern, you know, so it'll be early. It'll be an early game. But anyway, let's get into this pack opening. I'm not gonna give any spoilers. You gotta watch the video. North Carolina versus Texas with Shake and Bake. But let's pop open some packs because Tracy McGrady is out. We gotta go get T-Mac, guys. Now, push come to shove, I will get him. I will mess around and sell MJ, Diamond MJ, and go get T-Mac. Because you know me, guys. T-Mac's my favorite player. I feel like I play a lot better with him. I can go out here and get buckets. And since we've already played the championship game, I'm thinking about bringing back the varsity series. I don't know yet because we may have another tournament coming. But I will be making some interesting videos while we wait. So stay tuned for that, as I'm going to have some fun with my team on my own level and try out some new cards. Because I know you guys love when I try out new cards. So I'm going to have some fun with my team. Probably do a couple challenges here and there if I need to. Or if I want to try. You know, we'll see what happens. But yeah. We've already won and rolled to the playoffs. We get LaFonso Ellis. Card I already got. Man, we're getting everything in the pack that we already got. I got all this VC I bought when they had that sale, so we're gonna be just ripping away on packs. Just rip. And we'll see what happens. I don't need current players, I need historic players. And I need T-Mac. That's who I need. I've heard no one has had any luck so far, so maybe the luck is on my side once again for T-Mac. Vlade Divac. Is that the new Vlade Divac? It is. Wow. That's a Vlade I did not have. And plus, me opening up with VC, I'm going to get a lot more MT. I'm probably going to sell Diamond Ty Lawson as well. Probably keep Vince. Vince was nasty. I can do a T-Mac Vince comparison because they're cousins. I can put them up side by side and have a game with them. I know you guys would love to see that. The cousins from Florida balling out together like they did in Toronto. And we get George Gervin, a card that I did not have. So hey, we're getting historic cards that I did not have in these boxes as well. So you can't be too mad because you're getting badges and shoes and contracts and other stuff you need throughout my team. That's the thing, I like opening up boxes due to the fact that I get a lot of content that, you know, you don't get the player you want, but you get other stuff that you need, like standing three-pointer, just like that, even though I got 20 of those shoes. But cool, you know what I'm saying? So, I am sitting here waiting to get this T-Mac. Waiting. Can I get... No, I got dirt. Now, I missed out on Throwback Thursday. Really didn't pull anything great yesterday. I think my Throwback Thursday pack luck is dead, truth be known, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'm gonna ramble a little bit. Maybe we'll talk about the NBA like always. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But because we got about some time on these boxes. Honestly, I know you guys are probably like, but just pull the card to be done with the video. I wish I could do that. But we talk about the current state of the NBA. You see the Celtics are starting to lose. I don't know, it's Friday night. They may have a game right now and be playing. I don't know. They're currently struggling. I think they fell back to 6th in the East now. And remember, I had that video a long time ago telling you guys they should have made a trade while they had a chance to get some players. But right now, you're going to fall down to 6 or 7. That'd be scary. You don't want to do that. You at least want home court in the first round because it's anybody's game. Hornets are scary to me because they match up. They can play multiple lineups, they can play multiple guards, they can go small, they can go big with Al Jefferson if needed. Kemba and Jeremy Lin is a scary combo. Who would have thought? Nick Batum has been the most versatile player for them. I love his game. I wish he was with the Atlanta Magic or something, you know what I mean? But they are scary. I just picked up a new bow. There we go, a player that is expensive. For me, that is. I'm not trying to waste on MT. But yeah, the Hornets are scary to me. You got the Hawks, they're streaking. I think they took a loss of the night, but they're hot. They're peaking at the right time, getting, you know, their team chemistry as well. And the Raptors are right there. You got the Bulls trying to knock on that door. I think they own the tiebreaker against the Pacers. And like the Pacers slip up and miss the playoffs. The Bulls versus the Cavs in the first round. That could be nasty. The Pistons got some big wins. they're just moving up. I feel like I'm forgetting a team in the East, but out west, the Grizzlies have just basically held on to that 5th seed for the longest. Their schedule is not good for them, so they could end up dropping all the way to 6 or 7, maybe even 8. You don't want to do that right now because these teams are hungry, and the Grizzlies just can't get healthy, and it could get ugly. You don't want to get whoever is AC. You might as well just don't even show up because you got to get eliminated by the Warriors. I thought the Mavs possibly had a chance against the Warriors and make it a series, but when Chandler Parsons had that surgery, it just changed my whole thought process on that. Blake Griffin's getting ready to come back too. I saw 2K put a +20 on his hands now, which I think is funny because he's healthy. And you see that KD and Russ are just killing it. But in the long run, is that going to help the Thunder? Let me know in the comment sections what you think about the NBA state right now. I'm always down to check it out. I see the Warriors about to break the Bulls record. It's a tough stretch because they got the Grizzlies twice and the Spurs twice at the very end, and they struggle. Well, they don't struggle. They beat the Grizzlies like about 50 one time this year, but if the Grizzlies can slow it down and grind it out and make them work, it could be one of those games. You never know. And with the Spurs, who have not lost a game at home this year, they're going to be trying to play. They're going to probably play the home game to break that record, but then the other game they'll come out and rest. I'm sure they don't want to show the Warriors what they have twice before the season's over with. That's why I think Tim Duncan has not been playing. I think Tim Duncan is going to actually play in the playoffs against the Warriors if they meet in the Western Conference Finals, because they don't want to show. Pop is a genius. We know that. Pop knows what he's talking about in basketball. He sits there and plays the mind games like, all right, we need these guys to get rest. We want to stay healthy. We want these younger guys to know what to do in a situation just in case they're needed. And that's why the Spurs win. They have a foundation of players, older players, taking less money. Unlike some teams, they take less money and they end up getting a younger guy coming in like LaMarcus Aldridge to come in with Kawhi Leonard to compare them up. You got David West coming in taking a cheap contract. So they have what it takes. I mean, can Russ and KD do what it takes to win though? Because they have to get something from somebody else. You got Anthony Morrow who can stretch it. Dion Waiters is like the most iffy player in the NBA. When they made that trade, I was like, huh? Okay. But you got those guys. You got Cantor, who I think is probably their best big offensively, because Ibaka just zones out when he does not get the ball, because he's not doing nothing but spotting up. He doesn't want to do anything but shoot jump shots. And I think that hurts him a lot, because he just wants to pull up. It's like sometimes you got to go down there and post up sometimes. Sometimes you got to roll to the basket on the pick and roll and go dunk on somebody. Make a statement. And it's interesting, man, because the Western Conference, having the Clippers getting healthy, how is Blake going to gel with DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul? They went to the small lineup. Is it going to work? They have the pieces to match up with Golden State in the second round. They seem to choke every time in the regular season, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And speaking of the Clippers, Austin Rivers is getting a moments card for a 32-point game against the Thunder in a loss. So that's coming out as well. And we can talk about the other teams in the West, the bottom teams, the Trailblazers, the surprising team so far. You got big men that just hustle. Great defensive effort by them. You have two stellar guards, undersized. Well, you got one's actual height for a point guard, but the other guy's kind of short for a shooting guard. But they're putting buckets up. You're getting something out of Aminu, and Mo Harkless set the three. People gave up on these guys. These guys are just like, all right, we're gonna throw you away, and they're proven to ball. It's just crazy how they're putting it together out there in the West. And you also got the Mavs. We'll talk about them. They're getting hurt. And you got the Grizz. I feel like I'm forgetting another team at the bottom. Who's that? The Jazz. Jazz are in the playoffs right now. Currently, they're in the playoffs, and the Rockets are out. The Rockets are a mess, man. They don't play defense well, off-ball defense. And that goes to the point of, all right, they don't rotate defensively. So Dwight Howard, when he goes over to help the penetration, he tries to block the shot. No one takes his man. Then the next time down, he goes and says, you know what, I'm not going because nobody's going to take and cover my back, and my man's going to have 50 points tonight, and it's going to make me look bad like I didn't do anything. So they have no trust on that team right now, and that's why they're the 9th seed looking in. Their offense is give the ball to James Harden, everybody watch him dribble and create. That's not going to work 9 times out of 10 in the way the NBA is working today. And it's really interesting, guys, because who would have thought the Rockets would have not made the playoffs this year? And the Jazz sneaking in like that. The Jazz, I admit when I'm wrong, guys. I was saying everybody, the Pelicans were going to make the playoffs and the Jazz were not. The Jazz look like they're going to make the playoffs, and they are proving me wrong with their play. They have what it takes to get it done. They got the bigs. They got the guards. I'm just shocked to see them playing that well as a young team. And that, as a Magic fan, frustrates me the most because we have the excuse of we're too young. There's 2 or 3 teams younger than us in the playoffs. Two teams like right at the same age as us in the playoffs. And it just like frustrates me to death that everybody says, oh, next year. No more next year. It's time to win. Now, I put on Twitter one of my ideas for the all-season. People think I'm crazy. It may not work, but hey, can a man dream about his team pulling off something that's going to help them win? I was hoping for us to trade for Jimmy Butler. Now, doing that, we trade Victor Oladipo, Vucevic, and a first-round pick. We're giving up a lot. People say that's not enough. I think that's a lot to get Jimmy Butler. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, man, you just gave away your whole team. No. We have $50 million in cap space. Once you get Jimmy Butler, you can talk to Dwight. Dwight Howard is thinking about coming back, but you got to talk to him about no max deal. Get you a team-friendly deal here. Dwight gets a team-friendly deal, he might come. He comes, you got your center to replace Vucevic. You have Jimmy Butler. That's 2 defensive-minded players right there. Next thing you know, you got a lineup of Elfrid Payton, defensive PG. You have Hazonia out there. You have Gordon out there playing defense. That's another defensive-minded person in Gordon. So you got 4 out of the 5 guys being defensive. But I'm not done yet. You have $50 million cap space. You have enough money to sign somebody else big. Now, there is a Florida connection with Chandler Parsons. He's a Magic fan. Maybe the Magic go after him. Get him on a team-friendly deal due to the fact that he had knee problems. You could go get him, or you could take the chance and go get a younger guy like Harrison Barnes, who seems like he's out of place in Golden State because they just want him to stand in the corner and let Curry and Clay and all those other guys create. Well, I think he could take the next step if he left. Now the Magic could offer him that. I think he's like the number 11 or 12 free agent coming up this year. We don't look at KD or LeBron. We don't even look at those guys or worried about them. But yeah, it could be interesting, man, to see what the Magic do in the offseason. As I'm just rambling away, but I hope you guys are enjoying me talking about these random NBA topics. We normally don't get to talk about them a lot, but I come at you every like month or so with this, as I am on the hunt for T-Mac, as I'm not even talking about the packs because the packs have been trash. Okay, let's continue on. Alright, so I talked about the Hornets, the Hawks and the Hornets, that's the commercial. Anyway, you got the Heat. That is my surprise team in the East. I really think the Heat has what it takes to make it to the finals and give Golden State a run for their money. If, the only one if, Chris Bosh comes back healthy. The emergence of Richardson, I believe it's Richardson, the backup PG, has helped them out a lot with Dragic coming in. You know, you got a freaky athlete like that. You got D Wade, if he can get those legs healthy in the playoffs, could be scary. You have also Gerald Green, Lou Alding. You got Whiteside. The moment Whiteside went to the bench, that team got 10 times better because he came in with that second unit and he had that mindset of frustration. I'm not starting the game, and he's putting up big time numbers, like top 2 center type numbers, man. It's scary what he's doing right now. Now that team, Joe Johnson acquisition was huge. Getting Joe Johnson to come there and not Cleveland was you know, a big move. And you got, you know, the Cavs sitting there at the top. They said they are the team to beat. Kyrie said it. They could be right if they can gel. But seems like they just don't like each other or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a long season and they're just ready to get to the finals again, right for the playoffs to start. Who knows? But if they get matched up with the Bulls in the first round and the Bulls are healthy enough, it could be a 6 or 7 game series I'm seeing. We'll see how it goes. But that seems like we got one more pack, guys, so I'm glad you guys have enjoyed the video up to this point, hanging in here with me. As we end it without a Diamond T-Mac, meaning we're going to have to go sell Diamond MJ. And I will go and do that and probably sell Diamond Ty Lawson and get my boy on the squad. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. Drop that like. And I am